Alright, so I got VS Code open, but you guys can open whatever editor that you're going to use. But if you're using VS Code, let me just show real quick. We go to this extension tabs on the left. It look like a couple blocks. Click on that, and I already have Python in this search bar, and it should pop up first. And there's this Python extension created by Microsoft, has 41 million installs. And it pretty much just comes with a whole bunch of helpers for when you're writing Python. So it comes with Pylance, it comes with linting, debugging tools, Jupyter Notebook, code formatting, refactoring, things to help with unit tests. And you can read about it. You can see some, different shortcuts to use specific things. And it comes with screenshots on how to use them. So it's just a huge extension that will help us in our Python writing journey, make our life easier. I believe it also come with automatic imports. So stuff like that, which will be useful. It's not necessary, but it's, helpful. Make your life easier. I recommend. All right. And then we'll come right here. We'll right click. You can either choose to right click and press new file, or if you have VS Code, again, you can just press this little new file button on the top. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put index.py. Py pretty much lets it know that this is going to be a file that holds Python code. So, yeah, press enter. And now we can start writing some Python code. Alright, so to break this file in, let's do what we did in the Python shell, which is print out some text. Let's use the print keyword. And, you can see our Python extension working. You can see that it's providing us with some with some recommendations on what we think we're trying to type. So in this case, I know I want to use print, so I can just press enter and that will finish the sentence for me. But open up some parentheses and let's do hello world, because we always got to use hello world to break some code in. And there's a couple ways we can run it. So first, let's save this file, and then let's go to the top and open up a terminal. All right. So VS Code comes with an inbuilt terminal, but you guys can always just open up a terminal and get to the directory on where your file is. In this case, I know it's it's already telling us, but it's in our desktop, worksite, projects, and Python tutorial. And the Python tutorial is the folder where it's in. And if I put dir, because in Windows dir means it'll show you what's within this directory. I only have the index.py, right? So if I want to run a Python file, all I gotta do is use Python and then the name of the file. And you gotta make sure that the file is saved, because it has to know what it's trying to run. And if I try to run this before I even saved it, that means that text is not there, that code is not there. So make sure the file is saved. Do Python index.py, and boom, I see hello worlds right from the terminal, right? Or if you have VS Code, you can just get that play button on the top right, run. It'll give you a couple options. Either you want to debug, read the Python file in the terminal, or we can just run the code, and this screen will pop up, and then boom, the output is just hello world. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. But I'm gonna just keep with the terminal because that's what I'm used to. Now, let's start talking a little bit about variables. All right, so what if I don't want to always keep on writing hello world into this parentheses right here? That's kind of annoying. What if I want to have a box that holds information that I can just pass in that box into this print statement, so that whenever I change that value in the box, then I don't have to keep going in here and erasing it and writing it again. I can just do it from that box. And that's pretty much what a variable is. It's pretty much a space in memory that holds information. So let's make a variable called hello prompt. This will hold our prompt that says hello world, or any kind of prompt, but that gives us the option to change it from here instead of always changing it from within the print statement. So let's open up these quotation marks, and this will specify that it is a string, and a string is simply just a sequence of characters. So in our case, we have hello world, which is just HELO WORLD and an exclamation mark. That is a sequence of characters, and that is a string, right? So now we don't have to like pass in hello world directly into this print statement. We can just pass in the box that's holding the information. We can pass in that variable name, which in this case is hello prompt. And now we can just save this, because we're gonna make sure that that file holds or contains that information. And then we could just run python index.py, and we should expect the same output, because hello world or hello prompt is being stored, or is storing hello world, and we're passing hello prompt into this print statement, which is just referencing back to this hello prompt above, which is just equal to hello world. It all comes full circle. So this pretty much showed us many things. It showed us what a variable is, which is just used to store or to hold information. We pretty much learned what a string is, which is just a sequence of characters. And now we know that we can use this variable to output this information, because it's storing hello world, so we can just use it in the print statement. So it's pretty much just referencing back to this string. So that's cool stuff. That's Python. And if you notice, if you ever use any other language, right, sometimes they might tell you to end your sentences with like a semicolon or something, and it's a little bit more stricter. Python is an interpreter language, so the syntax is very lax, but the difference between an interpreter and like a compile time language like Java is that instead of like having to like take your code and change it into like a machine code and then running the application, in Python it just runs it line by line. So usually with interpreter languages, like the syntax is a little bit more lax compared to compile time languages. So I just rambled on a little bit, but that's pretty much what Python is just a little bit more lax with the syntax, and it just makes our lives a little bit more easier. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We know we went over a lot, but we'll keep going and chugging through. I advise you guys to actually try this on your own, so you guys can have it marinate in your mind. All right, so thank you guys for watching.